Good evening. Come on, everybody. I've been waiting 3 years for this. Good evening. Good evening. I'm Ryan Perryman, the only son of Brenda Perryman. On behalf of our entire family, including her 4 grandchildren, my 2 sisters, Heather and Courtney, we thank you for being here to honor our mother, and we welcome each of you to enjoy a night with Brenda Perryman. We are so excited to have Miss Alexis Kerr, the Vice President of the Hallmark Mahogany brand, as an MC for this evening. Alexis has elevated how consumers see and experience the brand of this greeting card line that has honored and celebrated Black culture for more than 30 years. She has been featured as a special guest on Table Talk with Brenda Perryman several times and was personally trained by Brenda in public speaking. She's also acted in a few short films, including Wages and In Trayvon's Footsteps. We are thrilled to have her as our host this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Alexis Kerr.
Poet, playwright, film and theater director, producer, educator, motivator, 2020 Women of Excellence Award recipient, and the Spirit of Detroit Award recipient. This dynamic, creative artist and free spirit is none other than our beloved Miss Brenda Perryman. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to A Night for Brenda. We are here to celebrate her life, her legacy, and the incredible human being that we remember as an advocate who was always there for her students, her family, and her community. Tonight, we have a special treat for you. Who else better to introduce herself than Brenda Perryman? So ladies and gentlemen, Brenda's journey.
Hello, this is Brenda Perryman. And I'd like to ask you, have you ever had a dream or then you started waking up from the dream and tried to bring the dream back? I know I have. And I wrote this poem about that called Night Moves. I dreamed about you last night. You nibbled at my neck and I began to stir. Don't want to wake up. Your warm breath in my ear startled me. Unexpected passion, I don't want to wake up. Your arms lock me to you. Temperature rises and I hear a distant car. I'm waking up. I bring your lips to my lips. Taste me. Don't forget my lips. I wake up, warm, sweating, and dissatisfied. I tighten my lids to try to bring back the night. The silence. Tears break through my clenched eyes as I mourn the loss. Each night my dreams create the night we never had, the night we deserve, the night we need. So tonight, go to sleep, my baby, and please dream a little dream of me.
I was born in Kingstree, South Carolina. Basically, I'm a native Detroiter because I grew up over near Dexter and the Boulevard, West Grand Boulevard. And I was born in 1948. We lived in a duplex and we felt pretty safe. And it was an interracial neighborhood at the time. My mother was a licensed practical nurse, and my father worked at Ford Motor Company. I think about my mom and dad, they felt so secure that there was a furniture store named Charles Furniture that was up on Grand River near the Boulevard, and my mother would send me up there to pay bills at 5 years old. I always had a key to the house. I'd take the bus and then I'd walk down here, and right next to the McAbee's was the Detroit Conservatory of Music, and I took piano lessons there. Mind you, I said I would get on the bus, and I was like 8, 9 years old, and I'd go back with my music book. They raised me to be pretty independent and navigate pretty well. Anyway, I went to Mars School till 3rd grade, and then transferred to St. Teresa's, which was right in Pingree area. And I graduated from St. Teresa High School in 1966. At the Catholic school, which I enjoyed it, but when there was a little play, we just got little roles. I remember telling Sister John Damien, I said, I'm going to Eastern Michigan University, and she said, oh, you won't make it a year. You have to understand, I ended up graduating from college with a degree in speech and dramatic arts. I taught 22 years at Southfield High, and I taught for 39 years, and I never told a student they won't make it. That made my heart sink, but I didn't give up. And the next time she saw me, she said, oh, so how are you doing? Did you ever make it through college? I said, well, I have my master's right now, and I'm, take advantage. If you're offered an opportunity, take advantage of those opportunities, because if it's a good opportunity, it allows you to stretch, it allows you to grow.
Mrs. Perryman, teacher.
Welcome to the prom. I'm so excited. I wonder who's going to be king of the prom. So we're not the hours. Oh. Are you talking to me, my friend? Yes, yes, I shall. Okay, you have a close up. Now bring it back to show the entire. You never bring it back? See me do the job. I need to do the geographic house. That's what they're trying to copy. I'm getting ready to show you something. I want you to come against the wall.
I've directed 100 plays or more, not just in school, but I got opportunity to direct 2 shows in New York. I've done shows outside of school. But then it was Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou, when I was introduced to her poetry, because I had read in my high school, I've never heard of Langston Hughes, I had never heard of Maya Angelou, nobody. And once I read her poetry, I was just enthralled. She was a different voice, she was speaking to me, and how life works. I was asked to open up for Maya Angelou at Orchestra Hall and to write a poem just for her, which I did. And I mean, that tells you about God, doesn't it? Doesn't that tell you about God? When you meet the people who inspire you to move on and to go on. But then they said, Dr. Angelou wants to meet you. I walked in. I mean, I think about it now. I walked in and I said, hi, Dr. Angelou, I'm Brenda. And she looked at me, she said, oh, such a pretty girl. That's the way she talked, with that voice and everything, and she just started talking. just a wonderful woman, and she taught me a lot. Somebody else saw me, and I was on the Total U tour with Sister Soldier Donna Richardson, and here my students got to see my pictures in all these magazines, including the Oprah magazine, Heart and Soul, Vibe, all these magazines, and it was just unbelievable. And if you have an idea though, believe in yourself and try it. I'll never forget this. My first book, my friends in Highland Park helped me put a little book together and stuff. So I sent them my book, and they wrote me back, sorry, you know. At first I felt kind of hurt because I said, I've been going around doing this poetry and people like it. And then I said, just keep doing it, keep believing. And within that year, my first year, I spoke at Notre Dame University. No, but that's God. That ain't nobody but God. See, we are put here to do more than just one thing. We're put here to do, don't be afraid. Sometimes you say, golly, I didn't know I could do that. Well, God's telling you, He's calling your name. He's telling you you could do that. You know, try everything. And then you'll land somewhere. Well, I've tried everything, and I've landed at some places, but you know, God speaks to us through people that we see all the time. They're encouraging to us and so forth. And when I retired, my son, he gave a speech. I'll never forget, one of the things he said, yeah, my mom was, I guess, a pretty popular teacher, but we'd go out to Northland and all these young people be saying, Miss Perryman, we love you, we love you. And I used to say, how could they like her? But then he said, and my son played basketball at Oak Park High and then at University of Dayton, and he led the country in rebounding. And he said, you know, I was pretty good at rebounding, and it was because I watched my mom rebound from so many situations. History doesn't even have to be in a newspaper or a magazine. You can set a legacy, and they say a legacy is money. No, legacy could be the wisdom that you imparted to your children. Our children watch us. That's the one thing you got to know. They watch us. They take their cues from us. Even when you don't think they're watching, they watch you, you know, and that was very important. So legacy, I always think about, how do I want my grandchildren to remember me? When they think of grandma and tell their children about their great-grandma, what are they going to say? So I think that's something that all of us need to take into account and probably have. I'm sure you have. But you know, we all make history in some kind of way. We all do. And lastly, I want to leave you with my signature poem. My poem, Prime Time, is about getting older because my first book, my picture was on the first book, and this younger woman said, gosh, she's older. I was only 42. So I couldn't sleep. I tossed and I turned, I tossed and I turned. And then I came up with this. It should bother her that I have the benefit of these over 40 years. I've learned to overcome a lot and have tackled her unseen fears. I'm glad God's allowed me to grow up this special way, because knowing what really counts in life has helped me savor each day. At the age of 30, ignorance made me imagine I was grown, but you can't even fathom how many seeds I hadn't sown. I'm a better lover than I was in those days of old. Being in my prime has shown me that my body's just as good as gold. Intellectually, I think deeper and see far beyond the trees. I have the power, though I don't use it, to drop nations down to their knees. I was never this very wise, not even a single decade ago, because I had to live and go through changes. So now I could say, I know. So all young people should be in awe of the things running through my mind, because everybody ain't able, and I've gotten better with time.